Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Earth's Ascension with Ortrun and Carl Franklin. It's going to be a great conversation today about higher consciousness. Good morning, Carl and Ortrun.
Good morning.
Good morning, Dana. Good morning, everyone who's listening. It's wonderful to be able to spend this time with you.
Yes, we are really privileged to have you with us, and we love you tremendously and always feel our love because you are part of our meditations and prayers every day, because we have where we send it out to the world, and that's reaching you, for sure. So Carl's he's got some interesting things to talk about this morning, but I was just realizing how much energy has been coming into the planet, really the whole month. It's just been extremely powerful, and so I'm going to first and foremost throw that out to you, Carl. So what do you think about this energy coming in, and do you have any idea what it might be about?
Well, the channeling information, and I can confirm this by personal experience, during the month of October, the Earth has received the greatest amount of high-frequency energy in that period of time than it has ever received in its billions of years of history. And for me, it has played havoc in my personal life, in that for last night was the first night this week that I've gotten a decent night's sleep. There are so much energy coming in, and the dark beings cannot handle this energy. It is very painful and uncomfortable for them. And so they've been coming in record numbers, wanting to get off of the earth. And one of my jobs is to assist them in doing that, working with the archangels and the archangels' angelic families. And one night, I didn't get any sleep at all. And it was just a constant stream. And we're talking tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of these dark lords leaving. So anyway, the earth has been raised in consciousness, and the beings on the earth have been raised in consciousness at a faster rate than ever before in our human history.
I have a question, Carl. Do you think that this occurring this month specifically is because it is that time of that veil being thinner because of the waning time of the year and the time where we're going into the darkness, and there's that changeover that's going on, and it's easier to get possibly to the other side of the veil because of the way that it is at this point in time, this season of the year?
I think that's one of the factors. I think that there are many factors. I think the alignment of the stars is another factor. And I think the divine plan, this was when it is supposed to happen, because it was planned to happen at this time for whatever reasons they might have. Okay. So yes. Okay. Now our basic topic today is the three significant stages that we go through in our spiritual growth. And if you want to picture this as a three-sided pyramid, and each side is a process, not an event, and it's even more than a series of events. It is a growth that we are achieving in consciousness. The first side, the focus is on our going within. It's focused on us being here on the earth at this time. And by going within and getting in touch with who it is and what it is we are, and getting in touch and becoming comfortable with our physical vehicle, and recognizing that our physical vehicle is simply that, a vehicle. And it's a vehicle that is transporting our mental body, our emotional body, our soul body. And that those three bodies are the eternal aspects of us. Our physical body is simply a temporary 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years that's going to be transporting these non-physical aspects of who it is we truly are. And as we get in touch with these three aspects and learn to work with them, and one of the main things that we're here to learn in this phase one, if you will, is to 24/7 be aware of our thoughts. And out of our thoughts come most of our emotions. Out of our thoughts come our values, our beliefs, our behavior, etc. And we always have a thought in our mind. And to be consciously aware of that 24/7, yes, even when we're asleep, asking our subconscious to be aware of it, and to hold on to only thoughts that are positive, that are uplifting, that are empowering. All right? And too many people get into worry and judgment, guilt, and so on, that are negative thoughts, that are non-productive, that suck a lot of energy, that are not helpful at all, and are functioning at very low vibrations. We want to hold on to those thoughts that empower, that can lift us up, that make us feel good, that bring us joy and happiness, and that build our self-confidence, that do not permit fear to exist within us. All right? And so please be aware of the thought in your mind. And this is step one. It's perhaps the hardest step to take because it requires constant attention. We have to be diligent. What thought do you have in your mind? And if it's not empowering, if it's not positive, if it's not uplifting, if it's not bringing joy and peace, please replace it with a thought that does. And this is where a mantra can come in handy. Because as soon as you're aware of a thought, you can slip into a mantra. I am light, I am love, I am peace, I am joy. My Father and I are one. Or whatever mantra it works for you. And then take control of the thought that you hold on to. Because it's the thoughts that we hold on to that shape our value system, our self-image, our behavior. So only hold on to thoughts that are empowering, positive, uplifting, happy. Okay? So that's really phase one. Now, when you go into phase two...
Mr. Ball, phase one?
Yes.
Okay, you're mentioning the mantras, and mantras have been taught for years, right? But there's more to it than that. And even the way that you were singing it was beautiful. But what's more important is that you do it with conviction. And the more that you can do it with conviction, the more powerful it becomes. You can see I'm sort of speaking a little bit more powerful and pushing that out from my heart center, really. And because when we start using mantras, if we say, I am light, I am love, I am peace, they're nice words, but they're not really reaching that space that you want it to reach so that it becomes a solid foundation for you. So I would recommend that you say it more like, I am light, I am love, I am peace, I am joy, I am that I am. Because every time you say the word I am, that is what you are. You're already that anyhow, you're just reconfirming it. But you already have that within you, and you're starting to bring it forward out into the world.
Martin, that's an excellent point. Thank you. Now, just one other thing that I'd like to mention. In this monitoring our thoughts and going within, all right, is meditation, the importance of it. And I would suggest in meditation that you be diligent in keeping your chakras open. And I do that each time I meditate, opening chakras and energy centers and keeping them at the highest level that they can be. And another thing here is connecting, becoming one in heart and mind. So you're not working out of your heart. You're not working out of your mind. You're working out of your heart-mind together. And it's one word, heart-mind. It's one energy. And if there's ever a conflict in the heart-mind, the chances are the heart is functioning at a higher level than the mind is. So pay particular attention to what the heart desires.
I have another thing I'd like to mention, if it's okay.
Yes, Orton has another comment here.
All right. Just a sec here. We also, another thing as far as we need balance, right? That's really important. Is that part of your three-piece of the pyramid?
Please talk
Okay.
about that. It's important.
Okay. There's so many parts of us. And one of the things, Carl talked about the chakras, and, we have both the masculine and feminine, and we have also the right brain, left brain. And especially when we're talking about thought, Carl, to keep that right brain, left brain balanced, where we can bring it into that space of oneness. And oftentimes we have issues with that because, for instance, maybe you're very much a creative person and you love to sing and things of that sort, but you have a hard time getting into that part of your brain that is analytical, because you need to have both of them working together. And so one of the tricks that I learned years and years and years ago, if you are stuck in it's called the right brain, that the creative part of your brain, tap on the left side of your brain, the analytical part, and you sing a little song. It can be any little song. One of the easiest is maybe use Mary Had a Little Lamb, something like that, just something that's really easy for you to sing, and tap your left brain. And what that helps to do is awaken. It awakens that left part of the brain, and it pulls the where it's locked into the right side of the brain. It starts pulling it over more into the center. And now, if you're someone that is very analytical, you do the opposite. You tap the left side of the brain, and the right side of the brain, right side of the brain, and you do your multiplication tab last night. 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, and you do that for a while. And when you do that, you can start even sensing how the two parts are coming together so that they're in that space of oneness, space, but you can also call it neutrality. But if you do that, if you feel like you're stuck on one side or the other, that will help you to center, to focalize, and then be able to change and shift easier. For instance, if you're doing right brain work and then you need to do something left brain, it's easier to do. I used to be a systems analyst, and I would, over the weekends, it'd be all right brain for me. And
Less logical.
no, I'm talking about on the weekend it was very right brain because I was enjoying myself. I was having fun. And then when I had to go to work on Monday, I had to get into my left brain. So as a matter of fact, when I was driving to work, I would tap the left part of my brain, the left side of my brain, and I would sing a ditty. And I could feel when I was moving over and getting more centralized and focused. Because the more that you can be centered, your brain's balancing easier right and left, the more easily it is to work with your thoughts and also your emotions.
I think that's an excellent suggestion. Now, the left hemisphere of the brain is the logical, and the right hemisphere of the brain is the creative. So, okay, now going into phase 2 here, we're shifting our focus from self. Phase 1 is developing yourself to the highest level of consciousness you can. Phase 2 is becoming aware of the world, if you will, and the things in the world, and not just the things that are perceivable by the 5 senses, but becoming aware of the devas that make up nature, becoming aware of the spirit family that you have, consisting of angels and guides and teachers and of your divine soul. Okay? And as you evolve in this phase 2, you're going to be spending more and more time in this unseen world. I'm going to refer to it as the spirit world. And you're going to be walking in two worlds. Your 5 senses are still active. Your feet are still on the ground. You're still very much in the physical world. But you recognize that that's only a part of the reality that we are here to experience. And you're going to begin in meditation, the going within, because it's the subconscious part of the mind that can communicate with the spirit realm, that can not only talk to it, but it can also talk to us, and we can hear and know. It may come as consciously as words. It may come as intuition. And it's in this phase that you will develop your psychic abilities. Okay? It starts off as intuition, but the more you use it, the more you become psychic, and the more natural it is to be aware of what's being communicated to you from the spirit realm. And as you listen with your heart and mind, this is going to be powerful, uplifting guidance. It's going to be giving you what you need to deal with whatever situations you are dealing with. And your value system has shifted in this phase 2. It's not so much on yourself. It's on other people. It's on situations and events that affect not only you and your family, but that affect your community, the nation, the world. Okay? So you have now moved beyond being an individualized being to being a person of the planet. You have a world consciousness, all right? And here, balance, you're merging your consciousness with the consciousness primarily of your spirit family. But in the high end of it, you're also beginning to communicate and tune into your own divine soul. And that's going to take you into phase 3. And phase 3 was you're going to move beyond being a citizen of the world, and you're going to become a universal citizen. You're going to recognize that your soul is an aspect of not only many higher aspects of your soul, because your Christed soul that you're moving into now has come from your 6th dimensional soul, which has come from your 7th dimensional soul, etc. And eventually it goes up, and there's a big one, and that's the soul that you originated from and descending here. But that soul is connected to the creator of the universe. And it's through that chain of souls that is you, your higher dimensional souls, that the life force energy flows through you, and information and knowledge can also, and other kinds of energy can also flow down through that. So you are overlighted, and you are an extension of many, many higher evolved souls, and you're their teacher. It's through your experiences here that they are learning and understanding this level of creation. And that includes the creator of the universe. You are not only an aspect of, you are a teacher of, and you are a recipient of the consciousness and the energy. And it is a two-way street. And now you're developing a sense of oneness. You are at one. You are at one within yourself. You are at one with the world in which you're living. You are at one with the spirit realm. You are at one with your higher dimensional souls. And you realize that you are at one with the Creator. You are an individualized aspect of all that is. Within you exists a microcosm of the universe. And within the universe, you are a part of that gigantic microcosm. You are all one. There is only one. And now you're on your journey home. Your awareness, your consciousness is reaching to the highest levels that you can. And as this process continues, you will not only become a Christed being, you will, at the seventh dimension, you will become one with your mighty I Am presence. All right? And you can begin drawing and communicating on the information, the knowledge, the wisdom, and the energy of these higher dimensional aspects of your soul, which is you. So, please, as usual, use your discernment, accept what feels true to you. And if it is something you would like to be true, but you're not yet sure of, file it away, because it may fit into your consciousness at a later time. And now here's Ortrud.
Well, I just want to ask Carl again, would you repeat the different sides, what they emphasize, and then maybe you can give us a few ideas. I gave an idea about the first aspect of the pyramid, as you did, but then maybe you can get some other ways of incorporating that into your life, the other aspects of it.
Okay, for the first side is becoming comfortable and learning to totally love and accept and respect and honor yourself. You are the focus of the first side. And to become a person that is able to accept higher dimensional concepts and energies, all right? The second side, you become a person of the world. And you're recognizing that the world is made up not just of the things subject to your five senses that we call the physical world, but it's made up of devas, of nature, and you realize that you are a co-creator with nature, as is all of humanity, co-creating on the surface of the planet. That we are the creators of governments, religions, economies, technology, science, etc. All right? And we are the ones that have brought about more change on the earth than any other species. In fact, than the other 1 to 2 million species combined. We are building and reshaping the surface of the planet. And this is where we're developing our creative abilities, okay? And so you're now taking responsibility not just for yourself, but you're taking responsibility for positively contributing to the planet and all life on it. Okay, in the third phase.
Carl, can you give an example of what phase and someone can do when they're in that particular phase?
Yes. We all hear some news most every day, and the news consists primarily of what's wrong, what problems are being dealt with. And as these come into your awareness, please, it can just be a moment or a short period of time, or you can go into a deep meditation. And do not focus on the problems, but focus on solving the problems. Visualize and feel within you these problems dissolving, being transformed, transmuted into a beautiful, beautiful solution that's beneficial for all life, all people, the planet itself. And a solution that comes out of love, that brings peace and joy. Okay, meditation is one of the most powerful tools that we all have. and it's to go into a deep level where you're working out of conscious and subconscious, and you can just do this on a momentary basis while you're doing something else, some routine daily activity, and just visualize happening what it is you would want to happen that would be beneficial. Okay? And if we've got enough people doing this, and we do have more people every day doing this, change is occurring more and more rapidly. And it's because of the higher energies that are being utilized and employed by the light workers. And that's you. Okay? So that's an idea there. Okay. Anything else here, honey?
Well, we can always expand on that to a certain degree. And would you recommend that once or twice a day? How often would you recommend that they meditate and focus on this particular arena?
Okay, most light workers, in my experience, they have a regular meditative time, a place and a time, and that makes it easier and more quickly to get down to level and to do what it is you're here to do. To work on yourself, to work on family, to work on world events, okay? And to ask and request for and to receive, to consciously receive the help that you're asking for, okay? But there, in addition to that, as you grow in your spirituality, I think you'll find yourself, whenever anything occurs that you want to give thanks for, okay? And gratitude is a powerful, powerful energy. Whatever you give thanks for, you're going to get more of in your own life. So just to slip into meditation spontaneously, and for gratitude or for asking of help. So, and as you evolve to a higher level, this is going to be happening more frequently and just naturally. It's almost happening without your thinking about it, because you've developed the habit of working with and living with the spirit beings, and the way you communicate with them is in a meditative state, working out of conscious and subconscious together. But it doesn't have to be a formal thing. It can be a very informal, spontaneous, and that's the part that's going to increase.
Okay, thank you. And then now the third?
The third thing is developing a unity consciousness, that you are an aspect of the Creator. You are a part of the entire universe. The entire universe is a part of you. And recognizing that the universe that we can see, that that science tells us exists, that's only one level or two or three levels of the Creator, but that there are 11 or 12 different levels that the Creator is expressing itself on. And that we have a soul aspect on all of those levels. And to be a part of that, to recognize that what you are doing here in this third, fourth, fifth dimensional planet is connected to and impacting the entire universe. And what is happening in the entire universe is impacting us here. It's all one. The capstone of this pyramid would be oneness. The at-one-ment, which is the Creator. All right? And everything beneath the capstone is the Creator experiencing and expressing. And for you to feel and experience that oneness with the Creator within yourself. And in this third phase, one of the steps that I am taking, and it's an ongoing process, okay, is I want my soul and my spirit family to be in control of my life. I want my ego riding in the back seat. I want my soul plotting the course. And I want my spirit family doing the steering, going where it the soul indicates us to go. And when I say us, I see myself, my soul, my spirit family as one. It's a more powerful unit of the Creator. And by joining with them, becoming one with them, turning control over to the highest level of consciousness that exists within me, which is my soul and my spirit family. Wow. Then I have to have the discipline to tune within, to listen, to know what they're saying, what they want from me, this physical body of me. Okay? And recognizing that this physical body is how my soul and spirit family grounds their energy, their consciousness, their wisdom into the physical earth, and I'm going to say into the spirit world too. Okay?
Okay, so we've only got a few minutes left, I think. So in conclusion, what would you suggest? Now, okay, we know, self, start with self, right? We then move on and to our family, right?
Yes.
As far as encompassing and uniting with, and then we start focusing on radiating that sense of beauty and love and peace out into the world.
Yes.
And then you go beyond and start recognizing that there is more to unity than the planet alone, and you go out into the universe
The
and
spirit realm.
spirit realm and become one with, well, all
Yes.
three of those that you're
Yes.
speaking of.
Yes.
So how would you then finish up this little package that you're talking about here?
Again, the capstone is oneness. You are not separate. You are an important part of the whole universe. And to recognize that you are part physical, you are part spiritual, you are part soul, all right? And to work with it all as a whole. And you're in all of it, and all of it is within you. And it's a big stretch in our thinking from feeling separate from God. The one thing that is utterly impossible is to, in fact, be separate. We are all one.
Well, I think that's really a beautiful. Thanks for sharing that, Carl, because it's really stated very beautifully. But also to remind those that haven't really done much with these different aspects that you're speaking about, because we have some people here that are very involved with spirit, right? And we have some people that are beginners. To have them recognize that it's all perfect. Whatever you're doing is perfect. The main thing is get beyond that point where you feel like, oh, I can't do this, or I'm not good enough. That's way too big of a project for me. Do a little bit at a time, and a little that you do, it registers within your heart, mind, and soul, and it gives you then more power, and it just starts being like a snowball.
Life is a process. Spiritual growth is a process. Move towards out of love and unity, and you can't go wrong. Thank you for spending this time with us, and we bless you, and may November be a wonderful month for you. And happy Halloween.
Yes, happy Halloween. And it was wonderful being with you. And we are looking forward to being with you again next month. Blessings.
Blessings to you.